let's take a look at our satellite imagery first. Currently, Tropical Storm Lala has around 60-mile-per-hour winds right now. The storm is expected to make landfall on the very southern part of Hawaii Island, which is the large island of Hawaii, if you're not from the islands themselves. And it is expected to be at a low-end hurricane intensity. Could be weaker, could be stronger. Intensity is not super certain at this point, but the track is very certain. We're going to see it generally move the same direction as it continues to the northwest, and then we're going to expect a little bit jog to the north and then back to the west. That is exactly why we could be seeing a landfall. Though, like a day or two ago, we were not expecting a landfall, and now we are locked in on a potential landfall or just south. So Big Island, you are locked in on high-end tropical storm or hurricane impacts, and all the other islands, including Honolulu, you're under potential tropical storm impacts. Let's run out some hurricane models on this storm. This is our HAFS A model. This particular one brings it just the same exact path, basically, as the cone of uncertainty. This would be probably a tropical storm or low-end hurricane, maybe even peaking as a hurricane and then weakening to a tropical storm upon impact. That is also a possibility. And beyond this, the northern end is going to be the extent of all of the impacts. The southern end is not going to be. That is why this situation is even more worrying, because the swath of rain and wind is going to be quite large. This particular model does take it directly over the northern portion of the islands. This would be a worst case scenario, honestly. And guess what? Even still, the northern extent of the storm still has all of the bad conditions. And beyond that, it might get more organized, and the northern extent might not actually be as it moves away from the islands. Looking at the HAFS B model, this one takes it a little bit south of the island, which is definitely still a possibility here. That would even bring worse impacts to the southern extent of the large island, though. Taking a look at potential full total precipitation, we have up to 20 to 24 inches of rain in one spot on the eastern side of the Big Island. When it comes to our Euro AI model, our GFS has around the same thing, a little bit less rain there. Our European run has even more rain on the island, and our AI GFS is still in the 20-inch range. So this is a very worrying situation, as the mountains of the large island are just going to wring out all of the moisture. I guess there is one good thing of news. This storm is moving pretty fast, and it will be moving out, at least the direct hurricane impacts will be moving out relatively quickly. The bad news is that because it is paralleling the islands are going to get, and because all the moisture is further north, the islands are still going to get a whole ton of rain. So it doesn't even matter how fast the storm is moving. Lastly, I do want to cover the consensus on our Google Weather Lab, which, because this storm is now consolidated, it has a lot of certainty on where this storm goes. Except for out here, this is still a lot of uncertainty. But zooming back in, it still shows the exact same position as the NHC basically shows. There is a potential to the south, but at this point, it's either going to be just to the south, according to the models, or making landfall. The cone is shifted a little further south because of a couple rogue members, and I think these will probably be ruled out in the next couple of runs. What is surprising, though, is the Google Weather Lab still takes it up to a Category 2 intensity. I honestly think this might be bogus, but there is still the potential that this could happen, and I wouldn't be surprised. So I would even brace for higher impacts than what I've been talking about this whole time, because our most reliable model is showing a more intense scenario than any other model. Alright, thank you all for watching. Stay safe out there in Hawaii, and I will see you tomorrow, and we'll talk more about the progression of Lala, as tomorrow is going to be the most important day, and we're going to start seeing impacts over the night. So tomorrow, we're going to really be watching the structure of Lala, and if this thing wants to wrap up a little bit quicker, that is going to be a little extra worrying. So I will, again, see you tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. Thank you so much for watching.